Hey everyone, Paul Johnson, Waconia, Minnesota, and the Laughing Trout Fly Tying Club. Today I'm going to be tying my Kluver soft hackle. Actually, it's not my Kluver soft hackle. One night at Laughing Trout a couple years ago, fine tyer Joe Kluver was over his vise and cranking out some of these beautiful flies. And so I just had to have one, so I took it, and then I copied what he did. So thanks, Joe Kluver, for that. So I'm tying this on a size 16 emerger hook. For the body, it's olive wire, size small. There is a dubbing ball or a thorax of hairline dubbing. It's their crystal dub in peacock green. There is an underwing of some wood duck, and the collar is starling. And so let's get started. Mentioned it's a size 16 emerger hook. For thread, I've got some black and 14-aught the sheer 14-aught thread. Just get that started about an eye length behind the eye of the hook. Got a length of wire. It's olive, size small. And when I tie this in, I want to keep it right parallel to the hook shank. I don't want to have it wrapping around the hook at all, because when we do wrap that wire up the hook shank, if it's moving around underneath there, you will see it with the final wraps. So I tie that in, bring my thread back up towards the eye, throw a half inch in there. And I hope I'm going to use my rotary feature just to speed this up. I hope it doesn't jump around too much when you're trying to watch it on the actual video. So what we're going to try to do is keep these wraps as close together as we can. We do have to work around that hook shank, or not the hook shank, the hook point each time we come around. So a little bit of tension back. So when that happens, you come around and then just keep the thread tension back with that wire. And then that'll kind of help get touching turns in there. And then if you get over it, just going to have to back up and start over. All right, we're almost there. And just do your best to get them as close together as you can. If you get a small gap, it's not going to matter to the fish. It's just how it looks to you, right? All right, lined up just behind the eye. Come in and capture that with my tying thread. And then you can helicopter that off, or I'll just cut it off with a fingernail clipper. Then I'm going to form a small dubbing ball with some of that dubbing, maybe an inch long noodle on there. And just leaving a little space between the eye of the hook and this dubbing ball. Then I'm going to come in with a little bit of wood duck here. So I just pulled some off of the stem. Want that about a hook shank in length. It's kind of the wing. And we'll cut that excess off. And if we got a little bit of this dubbing we have here, we can get rid of that. All right. So then I've got a starling feather. And I've taken the tips and pulled them back. And then I'm going to have just a small triangle left, and that's where I'm going to try to get this tied in. All right, so we're tying it in by the tip. Now I'm going to get a hold of the stem of the feather with my hackle pliers. Now these feathers are pretty delicate, so you can't put much pressure, especially on the first wrap or two when you come around. So we've got one wrap there, and I'll kind of pull everything back and end up with about, 2.5, 3 wraps here. All right. I'll make a wrap behind the feather and one in front of the feather, and then I'll come in and get rid of that excess feather. All right. I'll pull everything back. get a hold of it. And then we'll form a pretty nice looking head on that fly with the tying thread. Come in and do a whip finish. And there it is, the Kluver soft hackle, or Joe Kluver soft hackle. So this has just been a good fly for me in the spring and in the fall. Fish it. You can fish it traditional soft hackle style, where you swing it down and across, or tie it underneath a bigger dry fly or under a hopper in the fall, or fish it under a weighted nymph as well, under an indicator. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.